My therapist thinks I'm homophobic because I'm bi and I married a man. What do I do? So I went to this therapist quite a few years ago and I discussed with her how I really struggled with my sexuality. Grew up in a conservative home, etc. Anyways, fast forward to last week when I had my first therapy session with her again. I'm going to school to be a therapist. One of the requirements for one of my class is to attend 8 sessions of therapy during the semester. And since the last time I saw her, I've gotten married to a man. She actually asked me if I was married because she saw a different last name in my email I contacted her with. She seemed quite annoyed when I had told her that I am. And even asked me if I can even orgasm during sex because he's a man. I felt like during my previous sessions with her I was clear that I was interested in both men and women. But I think she thought I was just gay. Fast forward to yesterday when I had my next therapy session with her, where she brought up that she thinks I might struggle while counseling LGBT client due to me internalized homophobia. I was shocked. She knows that I am religious, but I love everyone and don't have a problem with people being LGBT. She then went on a rant that sometimes I'll have to counsel people that I really don't like. I tried to say something but she cut me off and talked over me. The way she said it and the vibe she gave off made me feel like she was trying to tell me that she really didn't like me. After she finished, I just stared at her and she gave me the biggest smile and said that's it for our session today. I'm still stunned. I think I'm going to send an email to her boss and CC her in it stating I don't feel comfortable going to therapy with her due to unprofessional and extremely inappropriate behavior for a therapist. Is this overreacting? Should I continue therapy with her and say that I don't have a problem with people who are LGBT, as I still consider myself to be since I identify as bi? Since this is an assignment for my class 1, don't really want to have to start over. Report her to her employer. She was inappropriate and out of line. It sounds like she took some offense to some of the things that you expressed to her, which is unprofessional. You feel uncomfortable, so you definitely switch to someone else. Time to find a new therapist and file a complaint with her state licensing board. Your therapist is biphobic. Report her to your advisor, whoever is in charge of the program, for her biphobia and inappropriate comments. Did she seriously say that because you are with a man, you won't orgasm? I believe you. I'm just in disbelief. If anyone shouldn't be a therapist, it's her. Maybe she needs to go back to school and redo her training. Move on to someone else. They have some issue and are not dealing with it in a professional manner. Don't waste any more time or money on them. A therapist can certainly help you challenge yourself, your perceptions, your actions, etc., in a constructive manner. This one is not the one. Sounds like a great example of how not to be a therapist. Based on what you're sharing, it sounds like they are homophobic. Definitely find another therapist. But if you need to write an email and CC her boss, keep it simple. Simply state you feel you don't have a fit with this therapist and you'd like to be reassigned. If, then, the boss asks for details, write them directly about why, which is information the boss technically should not be able to share with your therapist under patient privacy rules if you're in the US. Anything more confrontational just isn't going to do anything but create drama. And life is dramatic enough. Best of luck. I hope something here helps. It sounds like you need a new therapist. Do not under any circumstances continue therapy with her. Stop immediately. And write those letters. Do not put yourself in a position of emotional vulnerability with this person. Upside? One hell of an education in how not to be a therapist. Your therapist has made a few huge assumptions and leaps there. I was homophobic because I hated myself for being bi. But when I admitted to myself, I got over it. You said you were open about it, so I doubt you're homophobic. I was married monogamously to a woman for 8 years. And I'm a bi man. We can do it. I don't get where your therapist is coming from. That sounds super judgmental on her part. It is important that you feel comfortable and you don't. That is all you need to stop. Though I agree that something needs to be said, as her comments come across as very unprofessional. How you work with conflict is also very important in your training, or it should be. So discussing how you would deal with clients that you dislike could be useful. If you are discussing how you would deal with them. If she is just telling you that you won't do well, honestly, that is not a good therapist, because she is putting her own agenda and thoughts onto you. Imagine I said you had to spend 7 hours with her. A whole day. How do you feel about doing that? If you are okay, then sure, finish your 7 hours. If not, then just take some time to find someone else. The experience of a different therapist might be useful. Find another therapist who is more respectful of your life choices and beliefs. The way this therapist behaved is very unprofessional. I would definitely put in a formal complaint about the way she treated you. However, please note the entire organization might be corrupted and side with her. So be prepared if they defend her and castigate you. Disclaimer: I am married to a clinical psychologist who is also a professor of psychology. Are you sure your therapist is actually a real qualified and certified therapist? Because she sounds like a judgmental, biased idiot. New therapist: this one seems unprofessional. No, you are not overreacting. Report her. Any bias, opinion, or personal thought does not need to be expressed when you give someone therapy. She was way out of line there. This is the opposite perspective of conversion therapy, where your therapist is trying to convince you that you're homosexual. I guess there are plenty of people with bizarre opinions out there. Your own therapist is gaslighting you. If this got out, she could lose her license. She actually deserves to. Definitely contact her superior. Screw her. Sounds like she's projecting onto you. Some therapist. Lol. Report her. Move on. Therapists are just people. People are dumb and biased. No, they were the one with the problem, not you. You said that you are taking therapy as of your program. Does the therapist have any contact with your school? While I agree with everyone else that what she said was inappropriate and egregious, part of me wonders if she was put up to it to test you. Regardless, you should still pursue the proper channels in reporting her. Report her to the state licensing board and get a different therapist.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.